Hi students, Seema. So today we are going to discuss the long questions. Topic is income from house property. Okay, income from house property long questions we are going to discuss today. So already regarding these questions, already I have explained income from house property, all the situations with situations for each and every situation. I have explained one question over there. Okay, as per exam point of view, I'm going to discuss some questions. Nothing but in exam. Okay, in the previous papers, what are the questions are appeared? Those questions I am going to discuss. Okay, now you see, ma. So here two houses he has given, house 1 and house 2. So once you see here, actual rent he has given in house 1 means it is let out, and house 2 is self occupied he has given. So second house is self occupied, nothing but the owner itself is occupying the house here, and one house is given for let out purpose. Okay, so before practicing these questions, first of all you should know what are the situations under income from house property. You have to know the let out situations, even you have to know the self occupied situations. Okay, then only you can understand better. Okay, so see here, he has given this question. MRV is there, FRV is there, standard rent is there, actual rent is there, date of construction he has given, interest on loan taken to construct the house he has given, pre-construction interest he has given, vacancy period 1 month he has given, municipal taxes he has given. So above are the particulars of given by Bishra. Compute the income from house property for the previous year 2021 he has given. Okay, so here Seema, house 2 is self-occupied. Okay, house 2 is self-occupied means what we will do? NAV itself is nil. Okay, if self-occupied means NAV itself will be nil. So no need to calculate the GAV in case of house 2. But in case of house 1, we have to calculate the GAV. Why? Because it has given for let out purpose. Okay, now what we have to see, it comes under which situation? Okay, it comes under which situation? So let out is there. Okay, how we are knowing that it is let out? Actual rent is received how much here? 12 lakhs. And vacancy he has given in the question, vacancy period he has given. If vacancy period he has given means it comes under situation 3. Let out and vacancy, it comes under situation 3. Okay, so here in case of situation 3, what we have to do? First we have to calculate ERV, next we have to calculate standard rent is there na, we have to calculate adjusted ERV, next we have to calculate ARV, and finally we have to calculate the GAV. Okay, so here standard rent is there. In the question standard rent is there means Rent Control Act applicable. So those steps we have to follow. Okay, so now you see how we have to do the problem. So first for house 1 we are calculating the GAV. So first step 1 is we have to calculate ERV, which is higher of the following two amounts, MRV and FRV. Okay, so the higher value will be the ERV. So here the higher value is how much? 9 lakhs. So ERV is equal to how much? 9 lakhs. Step 2, calculating adjusted ERV, which is least of the following two amounts. So for calculating adjusted ERV we have to take, and standard rent we have to take. The least amount will be adjusted ERV. So here the least amount is how much? 9 lakhs. So adjusted ERV is equal to how much? 9 lakhs. Next, calculating ARV. So ARV is equal to rent for 12 months period minus rent for vacant period. So rent for 12 months period. So here total actual rent he has given. Actual rent means per hour. Directly 12 lakhs he has given. So 12 lakhs he has given. So first of all 12 lakhs divided by 12 you do. Per month how much you will be getting? 1 lakh. Per month is how much? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh into 12 minus vacancy period is 1 month he has said. So 1 lakh into 1. So 12 lakhs minus 1 lakh is equal to 11 lakhs. That is the ARV. Next step 4 we have to calculate the GAV. GAV is equal to ARV. Why GAV is equal to ARV ma? In case of situation 3, if ARV is less than due to, or else if ARV is less than due to adjusted ERV due to the vacancy, then also GAV is equal to ARV. If ARV is more than adjusted ERV, not only due to the vacancy, then also GAV is equal to ARV. So blindly you have to remember that in case of situation 3, nothing but if vacancy is there, it comes under situation 3. Then GAV is equal to ARV. Okay, GAV is equal to ARV. So ARV is how much for us here? 11 lakhs. So GAV is equal to 11 lakhs you have to take. Okay, next Next, after that, in the question, what he has given means pre-construction he has given. Okay, regarding pre-construction also I have explained in the previous situations under certain examples. Now once again you listen here. Pre-construction interest for two houses we have. Why? Because interest on loan we have to take for self-occupied and even for let out also. So first for house 1 we will see. So pre-construction interest on loan for house 1, okay, that is let out. First of all, pre-construction interest should be divided into 5 equal parts. Okay, why we have to give means nothing but the interest which we are paying before nothing at the time of construction, okay. So that interest IT department, they won't give total amount at a time. They won't allow as a deduction. So that's why what they will do is under 5 equal parts we have to make, and 5 years they will give. 5 years they will give as a deduction. So here pre-construction interest in the question 60,000 he has given for house 1, divided by 5 you do. So 12,000. Okay na? So pre-construction interest అంటే ఏంది అంటే మనం లోన్ తీసుకుని ఇల్లు కడుతుంటాం కదమ్మా. ఇల్లు కడుతున్నప్పుడు మనం ఇల్లు అయితే రెంట్కి ఇవ్వలేం కదా, కడుతున్నప్పుడు. కానీ లోన్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఆ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అయితే పే చేసుకుంటూనే వస్తాం మనం. ఓకేనా? సో ఆ ఇంట్రెస్ట్కి మనం డిడక్షన్ ఎప్పుడు వేయగలుగుతాం? ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఆ హౌస్ రెంట్కి ఇస్తామో, ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఆ హౌస్ని రెంట్కి ఇస్తామో అప్పటి నుంచి మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, ఇన్కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ హౌస్ ప్రాపర్టీ మనకు ఇన్కమ్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి, ఆ హౌస్ నుంచి ఇన్కమ్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దాని నుంచి మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, ఇన్కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ హౌస్ ప్రాపర్టీ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసి దానికి ఐటీ పే అది కూడా ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్లో మనం యాడ్ చేసుకుంటాం. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏమైతుంది, ఈ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది ఇప్పుడు డిడక్షన్ మనం టోటల్ ఒకటేసారి అమౌంట్ మొత్తాన్ని డిడక్షన్ చూపించడానికి రాదు. సో దాన్ని ఏం చేస్తారు ఐటీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 5 పార్ట్స్గా చేసి ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ ఐటీ ఫైల్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు 12,000 గా డిడక్షన్ అనమాట. 5 years వరకు ఇస్తారు. సో 60,000 into 1/5 చేస్తే ఎంత వస్తుంది మనకి? 12,000. సో టోటల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. So interest for the current year paid is how much? 40,000 plus 12,000. So 52,000. Okay. Next, coming to the house 2. So pre-construction interest for house 2, that is self-occupied. So here also 80,000 he has given. 80,000 into 1/5 you have to do. So 16,000 we got. So total interest is how much ma? 48,000 plus 16,000, 64,000. Here in case of self-occupied, even in case of self-occupied we have rules regarding the interest on loan. Okay, if it is before and after, okay, if it is actually let us see the date. It's house 2, date of construction is 2015. So it is after 2014 now. So if it is after 2014, then what? After 1499. After, in case of repairs it is after 1499. In case of construction, regarding these points already I have told under self-occupied ma. Once you go and watch that. So here it is less than 2 lakhs. We have a 2 choice. We have one is actual interest is almost 64,000. B is 2 lakhs. So it is less than 2 lakhs na. So this one we have to select, and this is the interest on loan. Okay. Next, if it is before 1499, we have to take 30,000. If it is after 1499, we have to take the 2 lakhs. Okay. Once you go through the self-occupied rules ma. Now see, computation of Brishra for the year assessment, income from house property you have to write. Computation of income from house property of Brishra for the assessment year 2021. So GAV, so 2 houses at a time I have taken here, let out and self-occupied. GAV we will take for let out, self-occupied is nil. Municipal taxes, on municipal value 10% we have to calculate. On municipal value we have to calculate 10%, that is 80,000. Deduct it. So NAV will be 10,20,000. Deductions under section 24. Standard deduction under section 24A. On this NAV have to calculate 30% and interest on loan 52,000 and 64,000. Now from this 10,20,000 deduct these two items, you will be getting 6,62,000, and this is minus 64,000. So now what we have to do? From let out house we got the income, from self-occupied house we got the profit. Now what we have to do? From let out house we got the income, from self-occupied house we got the loss. So 6,62,000 minus loss you have to deduct. Finally you will be getting a income from house property. Okay, income from house property. Clear? Next, one more question I will explain. See here. Mr. Rana Pratap owns a property in Hyderabad. MRV 1,60,000 he has given, FRV 2,10,000 he has given, SRV also he has given. The house is let out up to January 31st, 2018 for rupees 14,000 per month. From February 1st, 2018, the house is self-occupied by him. Municipal tax paid is rupees 16,000. Interest on loan for constructing the property is 1,20,000. Compute the income from house property for the assessment year 2021. So here what happened, Seema? So till 31st January the house is given for let out purpose. Afterwards from February March means 2 months. February till for us what is year ending March now? So 2 months has been self occupied. If some period is let out and some period is self occupied, total for that year we have to consider it as a like a let out only. Clear, huh? So if some in that previous year, if some period, nothing but if some months are let out and if some months are self occupied, okay, only one house it is. If some in that one house, if some months are let out and some months are self occupied, in that case what we have to do is total house should be treated like a let out only. Okay, so in this there is no vacancy, there is no unrealized rent. Yes or no? So directly situation 1, under let out situation 1 rules we have to apply. So standard rent is given, so Rent Control Act applicable, Rent Control Act rules we have to apply over here. Okay, Nama. So first what we have to do, we have to calculate the GRV. For calculating GRV we have a steps over there once you see here. So first calculating ERV, which is higher of the following two amounts, MRV and FRV. So here MRV is how much? 1,60,000 and FRV is 2,10,000. So higher value will be the ERV. Next, calculating adjusted ERV, which is least of the following two amounts. ERV, how much we got here? 2,10,000, and standard rent, how much he has given in the question? 1,80,000. So adjusted ERV is 1,80,000. Next, calculating ARV. ARV is equal to 14,000 into 10. Why I have taken here 10 means per month 14,000 ma. 10 months up to January only he is receiving the rent. Okay, 14,000 into 10, 1,40,000. Step 4, calculating GAV, which is higher of the following two amounts. Adjusted ERV 1,10,000 and ARV 1,40,000. So GAV how much we got here? 1,80,000, the higher value. Next, computation of Mr. Rana Pratap's income from house property for the assessment year. So GAV is how much? 1,80,000. Municipal tax is 16,000. How much we got here? 1,64,000. That is NAV. Next, standard deductions under section 24. Their standard deduction under section 24A 49,200. Okay, how we got this? On NAV we have to calculate the 30%. Next, interest on loan under section 24B 1,20,000. Okay, which is given in the question. Add these both and take it in the outer column. Minus it. So finally we will be getting an income from house property. Okay, so nothing but these are the questions which are appeared in the previous exam. Once you go through all these questions, okay.